Hello, guys. Welcome to the first episode of Tactical Zone of Football or Nothing, and I'll be your host for today. So, today we want to talk about a formation which is a 4-2-3-1 formation. To get a number six right now is so very difficult. Modern day football keeps evolving every day. I think everybody is now copying Pep Guardiola. Everybody wants to play out from the back. Back in those days, you want your number six, your defensive midfielder. You don't really need them to be aesthetically pleasing on the ball. You just want them to be those destroyer, win the ball back, and give the ball to those midfielders who are much more talented than them. But the evolution of modern day football has allowed teams to now go for players who are much more versatile in that role. They can win the ball back, they can play as well. But to get these players, it's very, very hard in the market. If you look at the market right now, look at a player like Rodri, look at a player like Jubimendi. Before you can get a player who has everything in their game, they are good on the ball and out of possession as well. They are so very good. So it is very, very hard to get all of these players. Just a case of Liverpool. So teams are now finding a way out of that situation. If we don't have a stable number six, a lone number six that can actually work for us, we can make use of a double pivot. Using the double pivot is just like placing two midfielders beside themselves. One complements the other. You're going to cover my ass, I'm going to cover your ass as well. So the 4-2-3-1 formation is what we really want to talk about in this section. The team in blue right now, they are set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation, which we want to talk about how to nullify the 4-2-3-1 formation and the advantage of the 4-2-3-1 formation as well. The team in red are stationed in a 4-4-2 formation. So now, when the team in blue are trying to play out from the back, just like the modern day, they want to play out from the back. They want to get the ball to their defenders. They want to get the ball to their pivots. So the first thing teams are now doing to nullify the 4-2-3-1 formation is the 4-2-4 formation. So let's dive into it. So the 4-2-4 formation, you have your front line. What they have to do is press the center backs. That's the first assignment given to them. Press the center backs. Your wide men, they will be tasked to press the full backs. Those are the wide men, they will be tasked to press the full backs. And your pivots will be tasked to stay on the pivots. Now, I'm going to explain to you why this is so very important. So you have your defensive line pushing up as well, just to squeeze up the pitch for them. You want to squeeze up the pitch. And why do teams want to press so high these days? To counter press. The team in red right now, if the team in blue should lose the ball, it is very easy for the team in red to press them. And if the team in red has the ball, if they miss the ball in this offensive third, they can actually win the ball back so easily because they are so very, very close to each other. The distances between them is so very close. So the front line, the two guys up front, the forward guys, these two guys. So what they have to do is press the center backs. Just look at this guy on this guy right now. You press the center backs. You don't allow them anytime on the ball. So this guy is also going to do similar thing. Press the center backs. So once these two guys press the center back, that center back is not an option for the goalie again. The goalie will want to play the ball to center back. If you are going to the wide area, which is the fullbacks, which means 100% the your wide men in red, they will be ready to pounce on those fullbacks if the ball should get to them. So that is a no-go area as well for the goalie. So the goalie will want to attempt to play to the pivot. These forward players, they are doing two things. In as much as they are trying to press the center backs backward, they're trying to press the center back, they don't want them to receive the ball. They are also going to be shadow marking the pivots as well. Now you have some players, some goalie who are so very, very good on the ball. The ball can actually get to the pivot if the goalie is very good at ball playing, if he can play line breaking passes. So if the goalie should play a line breaking pass and that pass should get to any of the pivots here or here, if the goalie should be able to locate the pivot with his passes, then these our two midfielders, our number eight, they should be ready to jump on them immediately. They should be ready to jump on them immediately. So that leaves like you have them man for man on the pitch. So you have already squeezed up the pitch. They can go out of that build up. So As a manager of the team in blue, which is the manager of the team who has set up his team in a 4-2-3-1 formation, how do you counter all of these situations? It's such a big headache because right now everything looks so clustered. The goalie is not going to have option to pass the ball to anyone he wants. So what to do is, as a goalie for the team in blue, so what they have to do is just something we call a +1. So the defensive line right now is a line of four. Let me highlight it so that you guys will understand. This is a line of four. You have two, four. So you have a one, two, three, four. You have four defenders. This is a line of four. So what you have to do as a team in blue, all you have to do is just move your goalie into the back line. Move the goalie into the back line. So the goalie is going to have as a +1. The goalie can drift here, or the goalie can drift into the middle. You have one of the CB move into the wide areas. Then your fullback will be tasked to stay high, will be tasked to be so aggressive. So you are now have a backline of four with your goalie, which means right now these guys right now they have to do two things. The guys in red, they have a big headache with them right now. So this guy is going to press our fullback here. The front line is going to press the defender. This front line, who was pressing one of the CBs before, he will now be tasked to press the goalie, and this white man is going to mark out the defender who is the fullback here. So they have them man for man, but let's not forget one thing: there is a spear. There is a spearman here. There is a spearman here, which is the fullback. He's now so free because if you're going to do it, this their fullback is on our forward. All of these guys, this, the forward line and the defender, they are in close proximity to each other. So what they have to do now is the fullback is going to serve as that extra man. The extra man means they can actually bypass that press easily. They can bypass the press easily. This guy will be so free. He can come into the wide area. He can come into the half spaces here. These are half spaces. The spaces are in between the wide area and the middle third is called the half space for those of you who don't know. So these are the half spaces. The fullback can come into the half space. He's going to be so free. If this fullback, okay, so you have a spearman in that build up structure because of the goalie. The goalie is going to act as the spearman, and that is why recently in modern day football, everybody is now emphasizing a lot on ball playing goalkeepers. So if you are going to set up your team in a 4-2-3-1 shape, it is very easy. You set up the team with a good ball playing goalkeeper, because the 4-2-4 formation tends to really nullify all the strength, build up strength of the 4-2-3-1 formation. If you have a team that plays in a 4-2-3-1 formation, whenever you are coming up against a 4-2-4 formation, you should be ready that your goalkeeper is going to act as that spear man in that build-up structure. So let's talk about that 4-2-4 formation. It has its own downside as well. The downside of the 4-2-4 formation is, let me show you guys so that you understand. The downside of this 4-2-4 formation is, in as much as it's a very good formation, it has its own downside as well. Because of the compactness of this formation, it's a very compact formation, to be very honest. It's a very compact formation. But the downside is that, let's assume you have the structure like this. These two guys in the middle, teams can easily create overload against them. Now, let's take for example the goalie of the blue side is joining the defensive line. There's a +1 in the back. We can easily move our forward, our midfielders here, and our forward. Our forward is going to come inside here. You have someone who is going to act as double pivots. Then we're going to have a formation, something like a diamond in the middle of the pitch, which means we are going to outnumber them numerically. So if you're playing a 4-2-4 formation in the midfield, it's going to be scary if you get outnumbered in the midfield. So these are the formations that excel in modern day football, but they have the downside as well. So if you're playing that 4-2-3-1 formation, it's a very good formation, but the downside is the 4-2-4 formation. And I think teams are really, really getting that right now. If you look at the game between AC Milan and Liverpool, Liverpool pressed AC Milan in a 4-2-4 version. And what did AC Milan do to respond to this? They placed Magnan, the injured goalie. They placed him into the joint defensive line to create a +1, and they placed Calabria up high. It was so very aggressive. So Magnan can now go from his back line. He can go to the full back. Let's assume this is Magnan. He can go to the full back, which is this guy who is so free down here. Nobody is marking him. So if you're going to press the man for man, the goalie will serve as the extra man. So we're going to be discussing a lot of tactical content on this corner. I really want you to subscribe to Football or Nothing page. Make sure you tap the bell notification icon so that you'll be notified when we drop something very interesting on the page as well. Make sure you share this video with your friend. You might have a friend who is a footballer that wants to improve his ball knowledge. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is one of the best page that you can come to. This is one of the best channel you can come to improve your ball knowledge. Whether you're a fan, you're a player, you're a manager, just come to this channel. You're going to really improve your ball knowledge. I hope you have learned one or two things about the 4-2-3-1 formation and the 4-2-4 formation as well. Make sure you subscribe to this page because very soon we are going to be dropping a mega analysis on the match between Manchester City versus Arsenal. Till I see you on the next episode of our Tactical Zone on Football Nothing podcast. My name is Kenny and I remain your humble host. Till then, stay very cool, guys.